Recording has been started and the meeting has been started. Let's go ahead and begin. So, Wen, can you please repeat your first order of business today?
So the meeting for squad for today is the agenda is like I want to make sure that everyone clear about the mission of the squad 4 and the duty on each person.
Okay, great. How would you like to start that off? So you're going to make sure that the mission and the duties are clear. Where would you like to begin?
So I would like to begin like all the objective of our OKR.
Okay. So would you like to go through each OKR individually now, or how would you like to begin?
I would like to start with this duty. Is they
Okay.
are clear with this with result. What is the duty, and then Cynthia, what is duty? I want to make sure they are clear what to do.
Okay, very good. All right, so then I will help direct this. Wayna, can you please state what you would like to happen?
What I would like to happen is that like Cynthia as air support, like what is your main duty, and then she's clear with her SLA.
Okay.
And then also Rizal, since he also doing the reservation.
Okay.
What is reservation duty and the correct thing to do reservation.
Okay, great. All right, so can we agree that duties and reservations are now written on the squad OKR papers? So everybody's duty and reservation and what they cover is on the squad OKR paper here. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so let's put that to just a vote. I want everybody to agree on this. We agree that squad OKRs and squad duties will appear on this squad 3 Panida OKR, or Panida OKR for May. Can we all agree on that? Let's to a vote. If you agree that we can do that, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay, great. So this is where you find where your duties are. Fantastic. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so Wayna has a set of duties and a set of shifts for each person on the squad. So there's a shift from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and that involves air support and reservations and reviews, and replying reviews. Secretary, we need to correct the spelling mistakes. Let's replay it without the A. Okay. All right, thank you, Mr. Secretary. Okay, well, but without the A. Yeah, perfect. All right, that's replying. All right, so Cynthia's profiles that she'll be covering is Emil and Bukit Vista, Emil and Wayana, and also the adventure account. Okay, to Cynthia. Cynthia, do you accept this as your duty?
Yes, I accept.
Okay, Cynthia accepts. Mr. Secretary, can you please put a comment here that Cynthia has accepted her assignment on this role? Okay, let's go to the next person. Ara is not here, so then we'll skip Ara. We'll go to Rizal. Rizal, we have a shift for you from starting from 3 until 11. You'll cover air support, reservations, and content on the backside, and also reviews. The profiles you're covering are Emil and Wayana, Emil and Bukit Vista, and also adventure accommodation. Rizal, do you accept, or would you like to discuss more on this particular duty?
Yes, I can accept, sir.
Okay. Rizal, here's the thing with a meeting. Because the shift is somewhat new, I understand that you've been coming in mostly for the mornings. This is the place to discuss if you have issues with a assignment, right? If the assignment is, let's say, conflict with your schedule, conflict with your life, you don't need to accept it. You can just say, I'd like to have further discussions with the chairman, and at this point, I am not ready to accept. That is also an option too, right? We don't need to always say yes.
Yeah.
In fact, we step on toes, right?
For example, if you're not ready to taking reservation, I'm not ready to take a reservation. You also you can say that because like you don't say yes if like you cannot do the.
Okay, so let's give Rizal the choice.
Yeah.
Rizal, you have a choice. You can have further discussions about this, or you can accept. So, which choice would you like to make right now?
Maybe I have to.
Yes, further discussions. Okay, very good. Thank you, Rizal. That's the correct answer. So, for Rizal, we'll put down that Rizal will have to have further discussions and he will have further discussions with who? With his squad lead on his assignments. Okay, very good. Okay, next to Gani. Gani's shift is working from 9 to 5 on content. He's working exclusively on content right now, a little bit on reservations, and he doesn't have any profile currently assigned to him. All right, Gani, do you accept this this duty?
Yes, I accept.
Okay, Gani accepts. I have a question. Can Gani help cover or help mentor some of the profiles? Gani has first-hand information and first-hand knowledge about Nusa Penida. That would be very helpful.
Yes.
I motion that Gani remains as an advisor to Cynthia and Rizal
Yes.
to advise them on profile coverage. All right, do I have a second on the motion?
Yes.
Okay, Wayana seconds the motion. Okay, all right. Gani, do you think that this is a good idea?
Yes, I think it's best.
Okay, great. So that goes in. So what we will put down now in the role for Gani is Gani will cover the content and also act as an advisor to reservations for Cynthia and Rizal. Okay, great. And Gani, after you finish with that, then Gani will say that he also accepts the his duties. Okay, so Gani will accept the duties. Okay, reservations and manage community. Emil and Wayana, adventure account, Emil and Bukit Vista. Wayana's coming in at 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Babe, okay, all right, okay, use babe. Okay, all right, so Wayana, do you accept that these are your duties?
Yes, I accept.
Okay, great. The issue is that I know in the mornings you're usually jogging or going to the marketplace, right? So I don't know if you are actually covering the accounts, physically present, phone in your pocket, ready to do both these things.
Yes.
Are you sure that this is a duty that you can commit to doing? Or would you like to have a discussion?
I think I would like to discuss with the team because like ideally like somebody I want to coordinate with one of you whoever like if available like for example if I want to do job tomorrow he was available in the morning to
Okay, so you'd like to have a discussion to
Yes.
start the meetings, maybe the shift a little bit earlier, so
Yeah.
that we can cover Nusa Penida a little bit earlier.
Yes,
Okay,
because
all right,
last
great.
week-
That is a discussion now. See, okay, now we have a discussion topic. Secretary, could you please put on the table a discussion topic that Wayana wants to discuss? But let's start creating a list of new business. Okay, so what new business is stuff that we need to discuss in order to create better workflows. So the new business now will be a discussion to start shifts earlier or helping Wayana cover an earlier beginning for Nusa Penida. The reason why we're having that is because Nusa Penida oftentimes the boats leave very early
early at
and
7
people
a.m.
make bookings at 7 a.m.
Yes.
And either we can solve that with a content solution, or we can solve that with an air support solution, or we can solve it with a management solution. Okay, so there's many ways that we can get that problem solved. So, Mr. Secretary Gani, please put on the discussion that we will have a discussion about starting shifts a bit earlier to help Wayana, and also we need to have a discussion with Rizal also about his shifts. Okay, great.
What shift and reservation
Okay.
earlier.
Okay, great. Okay, and then for reservations, and then who's going to be in that discussion group? I think Wayana, Shintia, and Rizal should be in that discussion group.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so now we got through that. Is there any other topics you would like to talk about today, Wayana?
I think I want to ask Cynthia and Rizal how much do you know about reservation because
That's okay. That's a big topic to discuss. All right. How much
Yeah.
you know about reservations is a gigantic topic, Mr. Chairman. I would like to also put that on the table, or Mr. Secretary. I'd like to put that on the table as a discussion about reservation knowledge. Okay. Do you need to frame that in a different way? Do you mean to ask do they need training, or what is it that?
yeah that's why I want to ask like what they understand
Okay.
and then where is the lack of like where their friction like
Okay.
you know So basically, where to find information if this happens.
Okay, you can simplify that. You can simplify. All right. In this particular case, thank you, Wynand, for speaking. I, as the chairman, will ask a very simple question. The simple question is, Cynthia, do you feel like you need further reservation training in order to be great on Squad 4 reservations? Yes or no? Yes. Okay,
Yes.
fantastic. Rizal, do you feel like you need reservation training in order to be great at answering reservation questions for Squad 4?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. So the program is we start reservation training with Cynthia and Rizal, right? Okay, and that's pretty much it. There needs to be a reservation training program installed. Okay, great. Is there any other matters of discussion today?
I think just that is already.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So as a squad, what we've done now is we've synced up on the main points of business, okay? Now, we need to have a side discussion, not a main discussion with everyone here. You guys need to have a side discussion now for reservation knowledge with Rizal and Cynthia,
Yeah.
and you need to have a discussion also on the side with Rizal and Cynthia
Rizal and
about
Cynthia.
starting the shift earlier, okay? And I think Rizal and Cynthia are a perfect combination because Rizal works on content, so there can be a content solution. For example, if people want to check in earlier, if they want to do last minute bookings, you can say in the content, last minute bookings are okay. If you have a last minute booking, then this is the procedure that you should follow, right?
Yeah.
And blah, 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 blah. We start work at 9, but you can get there and you can find your way and you can put your bags in early. So there can be a content solution. On the reservation side, there can be a reservation solution where, let's say, Cynthia begins the work day a little bit earlier, certain days of the week, and then a little bit later on certain other days of the week, and then Wyanna begins on certain earlier days. So it's, instead of like a night shift, it becomes like a morning shift, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, fantastic. So these discussions need to happen later. Is there anything else that anybody would like to say? So I'm going to pass it around the table. To Gani, anything else that you'd like to add to this meeting?
No.
Okay, all right. To Cynthia, anything else that you'd like to add to this meeting?
Oh, yes.
Okay, yeah, Cynthia, please speak.
Okay. Actually, if in a relation, related to the reservation knowledge, I want just to give to information to you that sometimes maybe I'm a little bit hesitate to take a decision when I do the presentation because I'm not really come up with the properties.
Okay.
So that things that I want to learn further.
Okay, right. So Cynthia has stated that she has a friction with understanding knowledge about the properties. Okay, very good. So, Mr. Secretary, could you please put as a friction point, Cynthia has a lack of product knowledge, and she wants to have better product knowledge for the properties. We're sending Gani back to help coach the team in Jogja.
And also,
As well?
I will bring that company down, and I wanna make a note like what you want to know, and
Okay.
then to teach them, and then you cover that.
Yes. Okay, Cynthia has lack of some understanding product knowledge. Great. Thank you very much, Cynthia. Is there anything else that you'd like to add? That's
About giving the review. Because there are some guests that may be overbooking, and we can give them review, or we are not allowed to give them review.
right.
So I guess.
What's the policy on that? Okay. All right. So Cynthia stated another point. I'm giving the review to overbooked guests. My policy, Cynthia, at the moment is give everybody a great review. And there's two reasons for that. We need bad reviews to be uncovered. I'd rather have, let's say, full transparency. Even if a person wants to,
It's not staying in the place that they go.
if they obey, then they can't leave a review, right? Okay.
You don't leave review.
All right, so Cynthia, you don't have to worry about it. If they were overbooked, they can't leave a review because they didn't have a reservation there, right? Or we managed to remove the reservation. So that part should be okay. As a general policy, Cynthia, I prefer if somebody has something bad to say, that they do say it. I don't like the idea of actually hiding, even if it's a bad review. We are partners with our partners too. If essentially we start getting bad reviews, we need to detect it and also tell our partners that that's a condition. It is much better to get a bad review and then fix the condition so that the next 10 reviews will be great than to have a bad review, try to hide it, and then the next person writes the bad review. It comes out eventually anyway. So let's have it fail fast and that way we all know that that's a problem, and then we deal with it. It's okay, I think, to take a reservation hit or an optimization hit, but the overall experience needs to be fixed. It needs to work really closely with the owners and the hosts to fix problems rather than hiding problems. Okay? So hopefully that policy clarifies that for you. Is that policy now clear for you, Cynthia?
No.
Okay, please explain further.
Pardon me, could you please repeat it?
Okay, so basically, it is okay if in doubt of leaving a review, always leave a review. Always leave a positive review for every guest as default. The reason for that is because we need the guest to write us what the most truthful review is about us. So don't hesitate to write reviews. Generally speaking, there's two paths that can happen on reviews. Because reviews is so much, there's so many reviews to leave every day. If you do not leave a review and you want to scan, you want to make sure the guest was happy, then what happens typically is that process slows down and then you get more every day. And eventually you stop leaving reviews and we stop getting reviews. So that's the worst scenario, not getting reviews. The slightly bad scenario is we write reviews for everybody, and some people will give us a bad review because they were an unhappy guest. Yes, we might have known they were unhappy, but I think it's still okay. Just write them a review and let them give their feedback out. I'd rather get the feedback than not get any feedback at all. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's set that as a priority. Let's
Yeah.
go over and actually put that as, Mr. Secretary,
Yes.
can we put that as one of our squad level OKRs, right? Our squad level service level agreements. On the service level for Squad 4, we agree all guests get a review. Oh, just write it here. Just write it here. Yes, right here. Yeah. Okay. So the service level is that for every review, the priority is to get a review, no matter what kind of review. If it's a bad review, then we live with it. If it's a good review, then that's great. But the priority is to finish reviews as quickly as possible and review our guests.
Review everyone.
Review everyone. Okay, great. All right, let's put a vote on that. Okay. Now this is where you get to exercise democratic power. If you agree with that, there's a few things that can happen here. Okay. So I'm putting this as an internal SLA for the squad, and there's a few things that we can do. We can all agree on it, and then it becomes just the new service level. We can say, okay, all right, there's not enough votes to make it happen, so it doesn't pass, and we'll have to come up with a new idea. Okay. Or we flunk it and or we can postpone it. We can say we don't know yet, and we can table this for the next discussion a week later. Okay.
Okay, I think for this case, I agree just leave with everyone first until she understand more about guests.
Okay, so you want to
situation.
refine the review. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wayana wants to refine the SLA to leave a review for everyone until when? Until 2 months from now? Until 3 months from now?
I think 2 months.
Okay. All right. We'll leave a review for everyone after 2 months, which will be May, June, July. July 8th. On July 8th, we will
Let's
be
say
more
July.
selective. Okay.
Not selectively, just like the obey guests. Not that to be
We
because-
don't review overbooked guests.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's say we review everyone now,
Everyone now, yeah.
and then
To make it easy for them.
okay. So that's the that. Okay. So what's happening now is this, guys. Wayana wants to amend the motion. Okay. So I motion that we review everyone. Do I have a second?
Yes.
Okay, so Wayana seconds and Gani thirds. Okay, so the motion is now on the table. Now, Wayana then says that she wants to amend the motion. She wants to change it to July 8th. Okay? Do you have a second? Then you need to call for a second. Does anybody believe that's a great idea?
Do I have a second to amend the review after you understand like which one should be reviewed or not?
Yes.
Okay, so Shinji seconds it. Okay, all right. So then that becomes the new thing that we're voting for. Review for everyone until July 8th, and then after that, we will leave reviews for everyone except overbooked guests. Okay, yes. Okay, so that's the new service level. Yes, that's perfect. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. That's fantastic. Now we put it to a vote. All right. I, as the chairman, will now call to a vote. This is a service level agreement that we have internal to Squad 4. So, those in favor of this motion, please say yes.
I say yes.
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 Okay, all right, so it's 4 votes to yes. So please, Mr. Secretary, note that it is voted yes by everybody on the squad. Okay, fantastic. Cynthia, back to you. Do you have anything else that you'd like to mention at this point?
I think it's enough.
That's great. Thank you very much, Cynthia. All right, Rizal. Rizal, do you have any points of business that you would like to mention?
No, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Very good. All right, I, as chairman, now would like to adjourn this meeting. Rizal, what do we need to do before we end? Rizal, I was counting on you. You need to do one more thing.
Become a chairman.
Can you please repeat, sir? Sorry.
Okay, I told you to promise to remind me about something before we ended. You're
Become
gonna
a chairman.
Oh. Gani?
Okay, all right. Okay, so Rizal would like to nominate Mas Gani to be the next chairman. Okay, Mas Gani,
I
think
accept
about
it.
it. Do you accept?
Yes, I accept that.
Okay, Mas Gani, who would you like to appoint as your secretary for the next discussion?
I think Mayana can become a secretary.
Okay.
I
Next meeting.
accept it.
Okay, and Wayan accepts. Okay, that's very clear. When is the next meeting?
I would,
When is the next meeting?
for the next meeting, I think we will have daily sync up.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Then what you guys need to do is that this discussion topic up here becomes old business, okay? You need to cover old business. You need to have that discussion with Wayana, Rizal, and Shintia about starting the shift. And you need to have the discussion about how to
I will
start.
discuss this today actually.
Great, great. Okay, so that discussion. When you come to the next meeting, Gani, as chairperson, you will then essentially ask, what's the follow-up to this thing? What's the follow-up to this thing? And then this becomes old business, and then it needs to be resolved. It needs to be, okay, all right, there's clarity now on what time we're starting the shift. There's clarity now on how we're going to teach reservations to Rizal and Cynthia, okay? And then once that is clear, everybody is clear how that works, then you open up again, you say, all right, is there any new business that we need to talk about? And then it might be Rizal says, well, the content time is broken, I need to get this fixed, right? And then you put that up as new business and so on and so forth, okay? So on the discussion topic, Mr. Secretary, could you please put that this is essentially now old business? Just kind of create a new
Put
category
just the
for
date.
it.
Yeah, just put the date.
Okay, here,
Eight.
Mr. Secretary, if I may quickly borrow your keyboard
Yes.
to illustrate my point. Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. Wait, this is not democratic. I need to make it democratic. Mr. Secretary, can you
Yes,
please
yes.
delegate? Yes, okay, thank you for delegating that power. I am secretary now for just the moment. So what I would like to do is I'd like to call this old business.
Let's go business.
It's just old topics, right? You can call it whatever you want. And new business. So whenever we start a discussion, start it on the old business first. The next discussion starts with old business first. The next discussion goes, all right, have we had an agreement yet on the shifts for Wayana, Rizal, and Cynthia? Yes or no. And then it stays in the old business if it's until it's solved, right? And then what kind of new business do we have? You guys, this is a really good way of making practice on decision making and spreading the decision making power around. Rizal, I'm sorry I conducted this all in English and it really fast too, but that's why we recorded it so you can go back and kind of digest it too as well. Tomorrow, I guess you can conduct in Bahasa Indonesia or Spanish or whatever language you want, right? That's pick whatever language you guys are happy with. EmojiCon, that part isn't important, but what is important is that everybody gets an opportunity to make a decision and also participate in the decision-making process. What's really important here is stepping on toes, okay? We told Gani yesterday, Gani's recently promoted, he's a full-time now Bukit Vista member, so One of the feedback that we shared with Gani is it's really important to step on toes here. If there is something that you do not agree with, if there is an idea that you're like, no, this shouldn't be done this way. The best ideas at Bukit Vista, when the chairman is talking, nobody else talks. When you're talking, nobody, including the chairman, talks. Okay, so one person talks at a time.
Noted.
All right, thank you very much. So, I forgot my point. Best ideas win. Best ideas win. It doesn't matter if she's senior. It doesn't matter if I'm senior. A lot of times you will be closer and more knowledgeable and more intimate with the issues than anybody else. And you need to push back and say, Mr. Chairman, this is not what I think we should do. This is actually very, very dangerous. Mr. Chairman, this is going to create problems later on. We need to have a discussion about it. And then, yes, we agree to have a discussion about it. Rizal's case, I know agreeing to a shift that is vastly different from your current work life is a big change. You're going to have to think about how you're getting to work, other things. It should not be a casual decision. But it also means we do not avoid making big decisions either. We can say, all right, we'd like to make a big decision, but we're going to have a discussion about it before we make that decision. And then when we make the decision, everybody agrees this is a good decision. Okay? Okay. All right. So that's that. For squad 3, sorry, because you guys enjoyed. Sorry. So yeah, squad 4. Squad 4. Okay. For squad 4, what I'd like to do is I'm going to insert into your OKR paper. I'd like you guys to take a look at this every day. I'm going to insert the video I gave on a workshop on how to drive democratic meetings so that you guys all have some learning resource to learn from that and understand how do you actually activate a democratic meeting. Okay? So I'll put that up right after this, and that should be it. Okay, I as chairperson now adjourn the meeting, and Gani will be chairperson tomorrow, Wayana will be secretary. And remember, please record the meeting, be on time, and that is it. Okay. Bye. Okay, I'll stop the recording. All right, Mr. Secretary, back to you. You are in charge. Please stop the recording right here. Click on that button.